And first at the half hour, do you need a COVID-19 shot if you've already had the virus? It's a question that often comes up as health professionals are pushing for higher vaccination rates.
Investigative reporter Brendan Kirby is digging for answers on this one tonight. And Brendan, it's a hot debate.
Yeah, it is, Shelby and Lenise. Natural immunity versus vaccine-induced immunity. Some recent studies suggest that the immunity provided by the coronavirus itself is superior to the protection offered by the vaccine. A study published last month, for instance, compared thousands of Israelis who had been infected or vaccinated in January or February. The vaccinated group had a 13-fold higher risk of infection from the Delta variant between June and mid-August than the previously infected group. Here are the numbers so far in Alabama. As of the end of last week, the state had recorded more than 25,000 infections by people who had been vaccinated. 195 of those people died, for a mortality rate of 0.76%. More than 8,500 people have had COVID-19 more than once. That's a smaller total than breakthrough infections, but the 75 deaths among that group represent a slightly higher death rate, 0.87%. Alabama State Health Officer Dr. Scott Harris says it's especially risky to rely on natural immunity if you haven't had the disease. Even if you have, he says, that's no guarantee either.
We have had thousands of people in Alabama who've been infected at least twice, and some of them 3 times or more, or even more. And, you know, the mortality rate for those people is a little bit better the second time around or the third time around, but it's not great.
Regardless of whether natural immunity or vaccine immunity is superior, Dr. Harris says there's no data to show that getting vaccinated after an infection causes any harm. Dr. Harris cites a study of his own, a Centers for Disease Control and Prevention examination of Kentucky residents who had been infected last year. Of that group, those who were unvaccinated were more than twice as likely to contract COVID-19 than those who were fully vaccinated.
If you've been infected naturally, then the very best chance you have to protect yourself is to get vaccinated on top of that. You know, you're really going to be the rock star in this whole pandemic if you've got natural immunity on board and also have been vaccinated.
And Alabama continues to increase its vaccination rate. The latest CDC data show that it is ahead of 3 other states in the percentage of the population fully vaccinated and ahead of 8 in percentage with at least 1 shot. Reporting live from the studio, Brendan Kirby, Fox 10 News.